Zibert here with some more action from the MLC boys. Just going to check if I'm live. Just give me a second here. Alright, we are live. So, what's happening, fellas? Right, so, we got action from the MRC boys, GT3 World Series, League 1, and it's 90 minutes at Fuji. So, let's quickly run you through the grid, and then we'll get this action underway. If you are watching, a little comment will be much appreciated. So, in first, after 10 minutes of qualifying, is Dark Clark in the Ferrari. Midnight is in second. Then we got Judge in the third. Martin R in fourth in the Lexus. Then we got Fat Pickles himself in the Jag. Then we got Brucey in sixth in the other Jag. Then we got Jace in seventh in the Alpha. Toby is in eighth. And in ninth it's P. Gibb, followed by Fubuki in 10th. Then we have Leeds in 11th. And Donkey Chong in 12th. So we get back up to the front. And let's get this action underway. 5 lights. Lights out and away we go then. For 90 minutes at Fuji. Everyone gets a lovely start off the grid. Midnight is right there. Is he going to attempt to move on the first corner? Chucks it down the inside. Gets the overtake done. Dark Clark a bit of oversteer on the exit there. Judge lurking behind there in the wings then, behind these two. Midnight up into first. As we all get along cleanly. Few little stragglers behind. It seems everyone has got away from the start of the grid nicely as we come now through the left hand. And down we go. So we got Midnight in first from Dark Clark in second, Judge in third. Then we got Fat Pickles up to fourth with Brucey right behind him in fifth. There's Martin R as well. Martin R's going around Brucey though now. How's the hairpin through the little S's. Martin R up into fifth then, right behind Fat Pickles. Brucey trying to defend now from Donkey Chong and Toby. Let's see if he can hold on to the position as we come round the last corner. Donkey Chong's get that position. Up into sixth place he goes. Toby in eighth behind Brucey. Can he get him before the first turn? We are expecting rain at some point in this race. It is on the forecast as Toby goes side by side with Brucey down the main straight. Can he get the position done? We are going to put the race information on as we see this overtake being done. And Toby gets himself up into seventh. He's on the soft tyres compared to Bruce's mediums. This is why Brucey is losing positions. But he's right there on the inside. Just concedes that position there. Less time wasted. We got Leeds in ninth place, right behind Brucey now, so he's going to come under fire once again. Sends it down on the inside. Lovely overtake from Leeds there. Brucey on the outside. Just going to fall in behind him. Then we got Fubuki in 10th place behind these. Then we got Jace in 11th with P. Gibb in 12th. Back up to the front then. We got Midnight still leading away, creating a little gap between him and second. Judge is up into second now. Dark Clark down to third on those hard tyres. is going to start coming under fire from the cars behind. The Fat Pickles is right behind him in fourth. You see just Fat Pickles sitting behind him as we go. Oh, we got action behind. Donkey's lost it. Let's have a look what happened there. We're right on board with him. You see just behind it Martin R as we come through the last corner. A little bit of, oh, got to oversteer off the curb. Loses the back end, into the barrier he goes. Front end damage. He's going to rejoin in 12th place. So, unfortunate mistake for Donkey Chong there. Back up to the front we go. Midnight in first still. Then we got Judge in second. Followed by Fat Pickles, who's now side by side with Dark Clark. Can he get the overtake done on the inside? Gets that move done then. So Dark Clark now down to fourth. Martin R right behind these two. Martin R is on the mediums, so he won't have as much advantage over Dark Clark as Fat Pickles did, but he still have a small advantage. As the Mount Fuji in the background there, as the skies are going very grey and cloudy. Rain is on the horizon. As Dark Clark now going on the outside, now right behind him. Can he get the move back? The white windscreen wipers are going, so rain will be in the vicinity. As Martin R gets that overtake done then on Dark Clark, and now is starting to form a little bit of a gap to him. Dark Clark knee. Oh, we got action from Leeds. Leeds has lost it. Let's see what happened there. So he's on the inside of Toby there. Through the outside. Did he just lose the back end on the curb? No, he doesn't touch the curb. Gets on the inside curb and lights up the rear tyres, and around he goes into the wall. Another costly mistake. That's going to drop him down to 12th. Unfortunate for him. So Donkey Chong up to 11th then. Jason 10th. We've got P. Gibb in 9th with Fubuki in front with 8th. Just behind Brucey in the 7th. Brucey still holding on. Then we got Dark Hawk now down to 6th behind Toby. Martin R just ahead of these guys in 4th. The Fat Pickles top 3 for him at podium. As the rain now falls. We'll have to see if this rain is going to be heavy enough to cause the guys to pit for intermediates. Let's come through the Castillo Triangle. Judge is in second, and Midnight still leading the way in first position. Doing a great job so far on those soft tyres. Capitalised off the start. Got a lovely position up into first. Let's see how the rest of this race plays out then, as we flick through the positions. Martin R got Toby right behind him. Mediums against softs. Can Toby get this position done as we head through the last sector of the lap? The race is expected to be around 50 odd laps. Lexus on Lexus. Just coming through the final turn now then. And you get that slipstream down the main straight. So Dark Clark is in 6th position. Fubuki now up into 7th, getting past Brucey. P. Gibb in 8th as well. Brucey now down to 9th position, with Donkey Chong up into 10th. Then we got Jace in 11th, followed by Leeds in 12th. Midnight setting the fastest lap, 1:39.8, and that was on lap 2. Still under 39s at the minute. That rain is getting a little bit heavy now. Getting closer to that first line. Obviously the first line there is the indicator that it's going to be intermediates if it goes over that line. Track will be getting greasy for these guys. So we've got Judge in second, Fat Pickles in third still. Martin R still holding on to position from Toby, but Toby's he's sniffing for a position here. Can he get an overtake move done? So, heading through the last corner then of the fifth lap. You see Toby is right on Martin's rear. A little bit on the curb there on the exit. Gotta watch the Lexus, it can be very unstable, as we saw back in Tokyo. But Martin R leads the way then from Toby, gets a good drive off the final corner. Cheers, Dave. So we do have people watching. Luckily, I'm live this time. Did this commentary earlier in the week, 90 minutes, and never went live. So yeah, second time we're doing it this week. So a little bit wide there for Martin on the curves there. Shouldn't be a penalty though. We'll flick through the field. Dark clock now down to 6 on those hard tyres. He's got Fubuki approaching him in 7th. Those soft tyres are starting to wear a little bit now. Brucey back up into 8th, defending from Donkey Chong and P. Gibb. Jace on the hard tyres in 11th, just holding off Leeds in 12th. So Leeds has had an off. Soft tyres not looking too great at the minute. It's starting to get increasing wear as he overdrives the car, trying to get this move done. We have the headlights on. It seems to be that the rain has stopped for a minute as Leeds goes for an outside overtake. Is he going to get a move? He is. Lovely overtake from Leeds there. And he gets the penalty for his trouble as well. Half a second. So, wasn't that much of a nice overtake. Back up to the front then. Midnight leading the way by a sizable amount. See how many seconds we are ahead. About 7 seconds ahead now, Midnight. Fat Pickles still in third. Martin R in fourth. Still holding off Toby in the Lexus. Dark Clock in no man's land at the minute between these two packs. But Fubuki is catching. Then we got P. Gibb back up into 8th now, past Brucey, and Donkey Chong in 9th as well. But Brucey's still there, holding on. Just... Yep, it was a very nice Leeds alien confirmed. Jace getting very wide there, that could possibly be a penalty for him there. Or did he just do enough to not get a penalty as he went through? Oh yeah, you saw it here first. Leeds getting an overtake on an alien. Very nice. With a penalty as well. Back up to the front. Midnight in first still. Then we got Judge in second. Martin up to third now. A little bit squirrely off the curb there. Fat Pickles has conceded to Martin in third, but he's getting on the curb again. He's all over the place. That Lexus looking very unstable at the minute. And Pickles' towel's just going off a little bit now, but he's still there. And Toby, likewise for him, in 5th place. Let's just watch these guys as they come across the start-finish straight down towards turn 1. And Fat Pickles on the outside there. Looked like he was going to try and undercut, but couldn't get the space there. Martin R stopped it on the apex. Great defending from him. We go side by side for Toby and Dave. Who's going to get the move? Is there going to be enough room, or Dave just runs a little bit wide there? He's now coming to the left-hand turn. Down we head now, down to the hairpin. So Dave down to 5th place now. We got Dark Clark in 6th on those hard tyres still. Ibuki in 7th. And we got P Gibb in 8th. Followed by Donkey Chong in 9th. And Bruce is still there in 10th. Just sitting behind these guys now. Tyres will start to be going off very much so now. I see Donkey's soft tyres left side all screaming. Should imagine he'll be pitting soon. Leeds catching up to Brucey now in 11th place, followed by Jason 12th. Midnight still leading the way. Nobody behind him, just running his own laps. And we've got Judge in 2nd. He's got a little bit of a gap now to 3rd place of Martin Orr. As they come now down to turn 1 for the 9th time. Lovely course shot there of the Lexus. Toby is now up into 4th, followed by Fat Pickles in 5th. And we got Clarky in 6th. Just plugging these laps away, managing his tyres, managing his fuel. Obviously the tyre rules, if it doesn't rain to the point where we need inters, you have to use all 3 dry slick compounds, so soft, medium and hard, for a minimum of 3 laps. So he's getting these hard tyres out of the way. Fubuki in 7th, leading the way from P Gibb. Those soft tyres very similar between these two. They're starting to dwindle now, as Brucey now is up into 9th as Donkey pitted. Yes, he has. He's gone for a fresh set of softs. So Brucey up into 9th. As we can see, the windscreen wipers going again. That means rain is upon us once again. We'll have to see if it's heavier this time or if it's just a light drizzle. So that puts Leeds up into 10th place then. Still Jace in 12th. Reese pitted as well for the medium tyres. Back up to the front. Midnight goes another lap. Jersey's going to come through. Followed by Martin, Toby, Dave and Clarky. Fubuki and P Gibb are going to come through for another lap as well. In 7th and 8th. Then we have Brucey. Still enough tyres for him and enough fuel. Leeds looks like he's going to be pitting this lap then from 10th place. Dives into, oh, very scrappy entry into the pits there for Leeds. Just tried to carry it, too much speed. That could potentially be a penalty for Leeds then. And that will be a 3-second penalty if he does get one. And Donkey Chong up into 10th then now. And you've got Jace coming out the last corner. He's going to go through as well. So we'll go back up to the front. Midnight still leading the way. We got Judge in 2nd, just leading this little pack in front. He's on the mediums, of course. Followed by Martin Orr. Difference in tyre wear there. And fuel as well. Judge has done a better job of saving the tyres and fuel than the Lexus. We got Toby in 4th. He's going to be pitting soon. Those soft tyres are not looking happy at the minute. Followed by Pickles as well. Clarky on the hard still. Not sure how long he's going to want to go. But as you can see, the rain is falling again. Dave is now pitting then from 5th place. Followed by Clarky. Is Clarky going to pit? No, he's just getting a slipstream. Fubuki then is going to come through in 7th. Followed by Gibb in 8th. There's Brucey just in the back shot there. Donkey Chong still in 8th. We got Jace in 11th. Just coming through. And leads. He did get a half a second. Don't know if he got the full 3-second penalty, but I presume not. So, Midnight then on his own. Judge there coming round. Martin surely is going to pit this lap. The fuel dwindling away now. But he's got himself up into third. Not too bad at the minute. Same with Toby up into fourth. Had to fight his way through the field. Gain a few positions. And Dark Clark is on those hard tyres. So he's doing a long stint on those hards. There's Fubuki and P. Gibb on the softs. We'll just watch these guys come around. We're going to go back up to the front, see who's pitting and who's not. Martin dives into the pits then, followed by Toby. Clarky goes through. Fubuki is going to dive into the pits as well. As Pete Gibbs goes through for another lap. That's going to bring Brucey up the field. Donkey is going to go through for another one as well. Oh, Fat Pickles went onto the medium tyres from the softs. So you got Jace on the medium tyres at the minute. Same with Leeds. So back up to the front then with our leader at Midnight. Starting to blink on the fuel and the tyres are screaming. He's going to have to think about pitting soon. But fastest man out there at the minute is Donkey Chung with a 39.7 on those fresh softs. Judge coming round at the final sector, looking composed and stable at the minute. Now come through the penultimate corner here, then through the last corner. We'll see who's going to pit now. Is Midnight going to pit this time? It looks like he's going to. He dives in the pit from first. Judge is going to go for another lap, I'd say. Surely he can hold on to the fuel there. Clarky is going to pit from third position, then he's going to get rid of them hard tyres. Same with P. Gibb in fourth. Brucey is going to go through. And he's not going to pit this time. So he's going to blast through and move up into second then. Here comes Donkey down the straight then. Let's see where he's going to come out, where he's going to be in relation to the guys pitting. As he goes quicker, a 39.5. That's going to put him into the top three. Then we've got Midnight leaving the pits now. He's going to come out in fourth, followed by Toby makes it up into fifth, followed by Martin in sixth. So Dave in seventh now, just in front of Dark Clark coming out the pits, who's going to come back out in eighth. We got Fubuki in ninth on those fresh mediums. P. Gibb onto the mediums as well. But Judge and Brucey still trundling around on the first set of tyres. We've got a sizable gap to the rest of the field now. I've just pitted. But Judge out front. Got a really big gap to the rest of the field now. Is he going to pit this lap? He certainly is. Into the pits Judge goes. No sign of the rain yet. Brucey just coming through the final turn and then. He's surely going to pit this lap as well. There he goes. These guys should go onto the soft tyres now. I would have thought. There's Donkey Chong coming through the last corner. Bit low on the fuel. He went for a little short stint on those soft tyres. He's going to blast through for another lap. There's Midnight on the fresh mediums coming through now. Followed by Toby. Then we got Martin on the hard tyres then. So he's gone for the opposite tyre of Clarky this time. So he's going to come under fire from Fat Pickles and Dark Clark, who are just behind him. Going to and fro down the straight. Let's see who's going to get a position here. Does Clarky go for an overtake? Looks like Clarky goes a little bit deep on the outside line there. Can he get the drive off the corner? We're going to ride on board with Clarky just behind Dave. Chip it into the little kink there of Casio triangle. And we got this long right-hander. Gets the outside line beautifully, gets the overtake done on Dave on the inside. You can see Dave just behind him. Dave's coming back at him on the left-hand side. He's going too wide now. Who's going to get the move done as we get down to the hairpin? Dark Clark defending that position on the inside line beautifully. But Fat Pickles is still there. These two behind Martin. Now coming through this left-hander. It's a long left-hander. You've got to get your braking point just right. Now into the long right-hand last turn. Two lines you can take around here. You can take the outside line or you can take the inside. As Donkey Kong pits then from the lead. That's going to release Midnight up into first again. After the first pit cycle. We'll head down the straight then. Dark Clark in the wheel tracks of Martin R. Is he going to send it into turn one? Laid on the brakes. Can he get it done? He gets the inside line, gets the cutback, but there's Dave as well. Now we're going side by side. Dave gets a position on Martin R as well. Thought to himself, if Dark Clark can do it, I can as well. Beautiful move there. So Dark Clark and Dave up into 4th and 5th. Martin now down to 6 on those hard tyres, but still holding firm. And Brucey has come out the pits on those fresh softs in 9th. And Judge has come out on fresh mediums, so he's gone for a double stint on mediums. And he's in 2nd. So interesting strat from Judge there. Let's see if he can hold off the ever-charging Toby in 3rd behind him. Clarky now up into 4th. Fat Pickles 5th, followed by Martin R in 6th. Then we've got Fubuki in 7th, followed by P. Gibb in 8th. But there's Brucey right behind these two in 9th. We've got Jace in 10th behind these guys. Then we've got Donkey in 11th, have to pit in for mediums. And then we've got Leeds at the back in 12th. But we're going to keep on board with this fight because Brucey's got past P. Gibb. So can Brucey get onto the back of Fubuki out of the last corner? Here he goes. He's going to get in the slipstream. Can he get in before turn 1? He's going to get that lovely overspeed. The Jag does have some great top line speed as well. There he goes. He pulls out from the slipstream. He's going to have the inside line for the corner. Tries to get that move done. He does. So Brucey out of the first corner gets that move done on Fubuki. So Fubuki down to 8th then. So we'll go back up to the front. Midnight is in 1st once again after the pit stop cycle. Doing a great job so far. Judge in 2nd, holding firm. He's in the catbird seat at the minute. Toby, last step on the podium for the minute in 3rd. Then we got Clarky in 4th, sitting tight as well. 5th, Fat Pickles, doing a great job so far, top 5. Followed by Martin R in 6th. Obviously not feeling that the rain's going to come, so he's gone for the hard tyres. Brucey in 7th, maximum attack from him now. And we got Fubuki in 8th, followed by P-Gib in 9th. And back down towards the bottom end of the field, we got Jace in the Alpha, followed by Donkey in 11th. And Leeds still in 12th, a little bit ways away off these guys. So we'll go for a lap guide with Aaron. For the minute, Dave, for the minute. So we'll go for the first turn with Aaron then. Now through the Casio triangle, tip it in, clip the curb. Beautiful exit there. Keep the car onto the right hand side of the track. Manage the throttle as you go through. A little bit of a slide for the rear tyres as he goes through the corner. Now into the left hand turn. Use the wide exit. Get as much straight line as you can. Then we got the first of the two kinks. Through the second. Through the Dunlop sign. And then brake hard, 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 hard into the hairpin for the last sector. Yep, very true, Dave. In it till the end. So through the last penultimate corner then, through the last sector, clips the curb on the outside, goes opts for the outside line here. Get to the curb on the inside, hit the apex, a little bit of AstroTurf there. Gets on that green stuff. And then thunder down the straight. And it's going to be a 40.3 for Aaron there. Great little lap there. Thank you, Aaron. Mr. Midnight. Let's watch him go through the first turn there. Complete a full lap. And there we have it. So then, Judge holding it firm in second then. As we reach the first half an hour of this 90-minute race. 1 hour to go. Plenty of action to be had. Toby. Oh, we got this is where we start getting the lad from Toby. He's on that McDonald's Wi-Fi. Yeah, we can see this car all side by side, launching itself everywhere. Got to be careful. So Clark in 4th is going to be seeing this in front of him. It's a little bit off-putting sometimes when you see the car driving like that. 5th, Dave, doing well so far. Then we got Martin R in 6th place on those hard tyres still, but we've got Brucey catching him behind in 7th. Fubuki and P-Gib just plugging away the laps. Jace in 10th in the Alpha. And then we got Donkey in 11th and Leeds struggling in behind in 12th. Just plugging away on those medium tyres. Back up to the front. Still a sizable gap for Midnight as we can see the windscreen wiper going now. Does that mean a rain is here again? Yep, everyone's got the windscreen wipers going. Judge in second. Toby and Dark Clark now closer than there was before. Dark Clark is catching him. Pat Pickles comes through, followed by Martin R in 6th. The rain is a little bit intermittent at the minute, but it is coming. Brucey in 7th. Fubuki is turning the windscreen wipers off, as is the norm for him. P-Gib in 9th. He's got Donkey in 10th, followed by Leeds in 11th as Jace has pitted. What's he going to come out us? Has he gone early for the intermediates? And see, it's not really raining that hard at the minute yet. He has, so he's gone for an early pit stop on the intermediates. Not sure if that's going to work or not. You can see the rain is increasing now though. So we'll have to see exactly when these guys decide to pit. With Jace pitting for intermediates, obviously thinks that it's time for the inters. So let's see if this rain actually does cause a mass exodus into the pits. So Midnight is going to go for another lap, followed by Judge in second. Then we got Toby in third. He's going to go for an extra. Same with Dark Clark, Fat Pickles, Martino, Brucey. Brucey's going to pit. So Brucey coming into the pit now then. Surely he's going in for the inters as well. Fabuki is going to go into the pits as well. He's followed Bruce's example there. P. Gibb is going to go through for another one. Interesting strategy from these guys, splitting it. Donkey decides at the last minute not to pit. So he's going to chance another one as well. What's Lee's going to do? Lee's is surely going to pit this time. Or is he going to go through too? Finger back, let's go. Yep, he's in. A little bit undecisive there. Don't worry, Dave, I've got you. So, Jason, what's he doesn't need to pit, he's a pitted lap before. So, Midnight in the first then. What's he going to do? The man at the front. Does he chance another lap? A little bit squirrely there. I don't think he's going to. Same with Judge, followed by Toby, Dark Clark, Fat Pickles coming through. Then we got Martin in sixth. A little bit of squirreliness from him. P. Gibb in seventh. Can he get through the last couple of corners unscathed? Got to be careful on that entrance. So we got Midnight into the pit then. Toby has gone for an extra lap. Hold the phone. So Toby goes for an extra lap. He's going to chance it even more. Is this going to be a mistake? He's very slow for the first turn. I feel like this. Oh, there he goes. He spins it. Coming out the first turn. Not a problem, Dave. Enjoy, mate. Catch you later. So Toby going for many spins then. Yep, definitely went too long on those slick tyres. That's going to cost him so much time, as we've got Midnight has pitted already. He's come out the pits. He's in the first turn. He's surely going to pit Toby in first. Catch him. So intermediates for Midnight. Judge likewise is pitted. He's in third now. On the inters, as we see yellow flag in front. Toby's off track again. Dark Clark in fourth on those inters as well. Fifth for Brucey. He's got some advantages than over the other guys. Made a stride up into the position, into fifth. Martin in sixth on those inters. Seventh for Fabuki. P. Gibb in eighth. Then we got Jace in ninth. And there's Dave coming out of the pits, and he's got a 3-second penalty, unfortunately. Donkey comes out on the intermediates in 11th, followed by Leeds in 12th. So Jace made a couple of positions with that early pit stop, but the intermediates are a little bit worn for him. So back up to the front then, we do have Midnight in first, followed by Judge in second. Dark Clark in third now, followed by Toby on those medium tyres still. Very, oh, there he goes for another spin. Yep. It was definitely a judgment call. It didn't go his way this time. Gonna have to be very careful as he's got cars coming behind him now. Brucey, that's going to put Brucey up into fourth. Goes round the outside of him. Nice little slide from Brucey there as well. Toby trundles along the final corner, trying to get the pit lane. As it's now edging on the line of full wets as well. So we'll catch up with the other guys as Toby pits. You see Fabuki coming through, as I'm just going to take a quick drink break. So, back again then, we're nearly halfway through the race. Lap 22, this will slow the pace down a little bit. And I must mention as well, happy Halloween to those who are celebrating it. If you do have kids, I'm sure they will want to trick or treat if they are still young. So Fuji sitting pretty then in 6th at the minute. Martino in 5th. Caught all over the place then, but he's slowly catching Brucey in 4th. Brucey in the Jag in 4th. Not doing too bad at the minute. A little bit of a slide there, controlled drift. Very nice car control there. Dot Clock in 3rd. Lovely job from him. Comes across the start finish straight. Nice job from him at the minute. Just plugging away. Steady job in 3rd place as we got Judge and Midnight up in 1st and 2nd. Midnight, that gap to Judge has come down now. So Midnight struggling a little bit in the rain. I know he doesn't like racing in the wet weather. So see if he can hold on to this 1st position for the minute and defend against Judge in 2nd. There is obviously a few key players missing this round. We got Hirakram missing this race and Golden Brownie. So these guys are trying to capitalise. Obviously, this 90-minute race does offer nearly double points for these guys. So you get 50 points for 1st position and so on down the grid. So these guys are going to want the best result they can in this round. Let's see, Midnight coming through the last couple of corners now to complete lap 23. Just come round through the last sector. Now through the last corner. Midnight still holding on to 1st position for the minute. Judge right behind him in 2nd. Dot Clock starting to catch up now in 3rd. Then we've got Martin. We've had a change for 4th place. Martino has got past Brucey. So Martino then leading the way in 4th from Brucey. Then we've got Fuji just behind these guys in 6th position, followed by P. Gibb in 7th. Now it does appear to stop raining, so the question here then is, when do you pit for dry tyres? As the water meter is steadily coming down, a dry line is starting to form now. When's going to be the right time to pit for those coveted slick tyres? Obviously you've got to be mindful that the pit lane and pit entry will be wet still. As Jace is up into 8th now, followed by Pickles in 9th, Donkey down in 10th, followed by Toby after that long stint on the dry tyres. Misjudgment from him in 11th place. We've got Leeds in 12th. These guys will be coming under pits, getting lapped soon from the leaders. As we've had a change for position at 1st. Where's Midnight gone? He's down to 3rd. Let's see what happened here. Right, so we've just seen him then lose the back end. Let's see how this happened. So tips it down into left-hand turn. And there he goes, around the back end, goes into the barrier as well for his troubles. Unfortunate, costly mistake from Midnight there in 3rd. Had the lead. And that's going to put Judge up into 1st and Dark Clock in 2nd. Very unfortunate, costly mistake for him in there. But now he's going to have to claw his way back, see if he can get any more positions now. As soon as the damage disappears, as we reach the halfway mark. Surely but slowly. You can see Mount Fuji in the distance there. You can see the rain clouds starting to disperse a little bit there now. Fourth is Martin, followed by Brucey in fifth place. Dry lines starting to appear more prominently now as the slick tyres, intermediate tyres start to wear a little bit more. And Fubuki in sixth place. Now coming through the last corner. So, question now then, when do you go on the slick tyres? Martino there in fourth, still leading then. Brucey at fifth, Fubuki at sixth, P. Gibb in seventh, leading this little pack. There's Martin. And we got Jace in eighth. What's he going to do? Is he pinning this lap or just cooling his tyres? Looks like he's cooling his tyres, yep. There's Pickles in ninth. Then we got Donkey in 10th, followed by Toby in 11th, trying to pluck away and get some good lap times down. Leads in 12th, struggling a little bit there. Oh, back up to the front then. Judge still leading the way. Dark Clark following closely behind in second. I'm sensing there's going to be a battle brewing between these two for the last 45 minutes. Midnight in third, trying to get some ground back to these guys after that local mistake he made. Martino in fourth then, but he's got Brucey right behind him. See if these guys decide to pit this time. So you see Martino coming through the last corner now. His cars look a little bit unsteady in these changing conditions as struggle to get the grip down and the power, and Brucey looking like he's going to pit then. Martin deciding to pit as well. So Martin's going to go in the pits and Brucey goes straight through. So was Brucey duping him or was he just cooling his tyres down? So Brucey gone straight through. Martino's pitted. Was that a tactic from Brucey? Interesting development there. Fubuki in fifth. He's cooled his tyres down a little bit as well. Not sure whether Martino thought Brucey was about to pit then for slick tyres, but he's pitted anyway. He's coming out on the soft tyres. Interesting strategy there. Let's see if he can get out without any issues. Is a little bit of a contact between him and Dave in the first turn. Obviously slick tyres on a wet surface, no grip. So no harm, no foul done there, but that's put him down to 9th now. We'll have to see what happens here. Toby's decided to pit as well from 11th place, as Lee's is going to come through. So, Judge then in first position on the intermediate tyres still. Dark Clark in second. He's got that tight inside line. Judge, we're getting some more moisture on the outside. Are these two going to pit now, or are they just cooling the tyres down? Looks like they're getting all that moisture on for the intermediate tyres. The Midnight is going to come through as well. Brucey. Not sure what his strategy is now that Martino has pitted. Is he going to pit this lap, or is he going to go for another one? I'll see at the end of this a little bit. Yep, he's going to go through for another one. Fubuki is going to go through too. Followed by P. Gibb, staying in the middle of the road. Jace comes through as well. Followed by the Jag of Dave in 8th position. Then we've got Martin serving a little penalty there in 9th. He's going to come under fire from Donkey in 10th. There he goes. Toby in 11th. Then on the soft tyres. Now, got to be careful on those tyres. Do not touch any curb. Keep it on that dry line. As Martino goes a little bit wide there then through the first turn. As I was just saying that. Tries to push the car a little bit too much. It's going to lose time. Back up to the front then as we've got leads under fire from lap cars. But Judge in first, still holding firm. Defending second. Now, do we have pit stops this time? As Leeds pits from 12th place, these two go for another one. Midnight is going to come through too as well. Now, does Brucey pit this lap? The dry line is almost there. Is he going to pit? Deciding. It looks like he's going to. He dives down into the pit lane entry. Doesn't this time though. Goes for another lap. Fubuki is going to pit. So Fubuki takes the chance. P. Gibb goes up into 5th then. Jace is going to come through. Fat Pickles, is he going to pit this time? No. Donkey. Followed by Martino just pitted. Donkey's dives into the pits then. Toby is on the soft tyres as well. So just a few up front who haven't pitted. You see Judge flicking it through this left and the right then. Now coming through the right hand turn before we go for the left. As we go through this long left hand going, it's like an hairpin. It's pretty much a hairpin, just a long one. Same with this one in the last corner. It's a long hairpin right, uphill as well. Now, do we pit this lap? What's the play here, boys? Looking like they're going to go for another lap as other people are pitting for the slick tyres. Midnight, what's he going to do? He follows suit. Brucey, 4th place. So he's got his main rivals of Fubuki and Martino already pitted for those slick tyres. What does he decide to do this lap? Surely he's going to have to pit this lap as well because those intermediate tyres are going away. There he goes into the pits then. Brucey goes. P. Gibb, what's he deciding to do this lap? He's going to go for another one. Jace deciding, he's flicking it into the entry. It's not pitting this time. Dave looks like he's pitting, yep. Onto the brakes he goes, into the pit lane. Martino is going to come through then in 8th position. Where's Brucey? Brucey's just refueling as Martino goes through. So that early lap from Martino actually worked in his favour. But can he keep it on track? As Brucey's gone full fuel and soft tyres against Fubuki's medium tyres and 3/4 of a tank, sorry. So Brucey's right behind him on those fresh softs. This will be a battle having to keep our eye on. We'll flick up to Martino. Being on the soft tyres a little bit longer than these guys. He gets on the curb. Oh! Does he save it this time? He does. That was a little bit too close for comfort there for him. Gotta keep it on the dry stuff, guys. As Judge has pitted, Dark Cloak has gone for another lap. And Midnight's pitted as well. So that could slow down Dark Cloak a little bit here. And so you have to see the difference between these three guys. P. Gibb has just coming from the final corner now. What does P. Gibb decide to do this time? Oh, so the dry line is completely dry now at the minute. These tyres are cooking. You don't want to leave it too long before you come into the pits. It will cook the tyres. especially if the guy's running it through the dry line on slicks or faster. As Jace pits then from 5th place. Martino is going to come through, followed by Fubuki. Just behind these guys. About a 10-second difference between Fubuki and Martino. Brucey right behind Fubuki. Donkey's going to come through. Is he going to beat Jace out the pits? How much fuel is Jace taking? Looks like he's going for a full tanker. 86. Here he comes. So he beats Toby out, but he's going to come behind Dave out the pits then. So there's Toby in 11th, and unfortunately lost leads. So into the pits, Dark Clock goes then. From 1st position, went an extra lap on those inters as we're on lap 30. Getting closer to the hour mark. Judge in 2nd. Surely he's going to take 1st position now. Followed by Midnight in 3rd. Then we've got P. Gibb in 4th. He really needs to pit off those intermediates now. It's costing himself time. As we've got Martino in 5th. Just behind him there. So he doesn't pit then. Surely Martino is going to catch him in a lap or two. Back up the front, Dark Clock comes out just behind Midnight and Judge. So that extra lap cost him then. So swap for positions. Midnight got the jump on Dark Cloak by pitting that lap earlier. But does that play into Cloaky's hands with the bit extra fuel than Midnight does? There we got Judge. Better fuel than Midnight. Back down to 4th position we go. We got P. Gibb. Still on those intermediate tyres. Very, very costly. As we got, oh, Marino's finally lost it. Let's just see what happened here. Probably going to say he clipped the curb braking into this turn. Let's have a look. Yep, clips the curb on the wet stuff, brakes there. That's not going to go good for you. Gets all the way into the gravel. Can he recover it before Fubuki and Brucey come? Gets back on the track, but here comes Fubuki and Brucey. So Martino cost himself a lot of time there. Unfortunate mistake for him. As the thunder of the engines come down, we've got the hybrid of the Lexus up against the V8 of the Jag. Jag right behind him on those soft tyres. He's going to try and go around the outside. It's a bloody good move from Brucey there. Doesn't quite get it done. But it was a good attempt to overtake around the outside of Fubuki there. Good racing from these guys. He's on the inside. Is he going to get the jump down and down the straight? He's surely going to have the speed. Right behind him. Now going too wide down the straight now. He's got the position done now as Fubuki falls in line behind him. So down into first turn. Can he defend from Fubuki? Is Fubuki going to get back past him? A little bit of a slide from these two guys as they come through the first turn. Now down towards the Casio triangle. A little bit of ground from Fubuki as Brucey. So up into 6th then. Brucey goes. We'll go back to Martino. Little bit of a gap to these guys behind him now again. As he clips the curb. Oh, he's on the wet stuff. He's got to be careful. He's back off track again. So he didn't learn the first time. Maybe he's going to learn this time as he comes back on track just in front of Brucey and Fubuki. And Fubuki's there. So, costly mistake from Martino again, that's allowed Brucey up into 5th position. Now he's going to come under fire from Fubuki in 7th. Got to keep on that dry stuff. The Lexus looks very unstable through this transition period. You can see the car squirming all around for grip as he's trying to warm his tyres up from that little escapade off track. Dirty tyres. See the back end sliding all around. So we'll come back to this in a minute. We're going to pop up front and see how the leaders are going. So Judge is in 1st, followed by Dark Clock in 2nd. Then we got Midnight in 3rd as we approach the 1 hour mark. Pete Gibb is still going around on those intermediates, still hoping for more rain, but it hasn't happened. Surely he knows that now is the time to pit. Literally everyone is on slick tyres apart from him. He's going to have to concede at some point because there's literally no tyre left on those front tyres now on the left hand side. So back in 5th then, and catching P. Gibb is Brucey. Martino in 6th, still holding the position from Fubuki behind him. Then we've got Donkey Chong in 8th, just behind this little pack of cars, followed by Toby in 9th, Jason 10th, and then we've got Dave in the pits, going into the pits from 11th. Judge thunders down the straight into 1st. Not into, but in 1st, should I say. He's already in 1st. Clock it, trying to get that gap shrunk down. He wants this win, he wants the victory. Can he get there? He's got half an hour to do it. As P. Gibb finally into pits, then that's going to release Brucey up into 4th. Midnight in 3rd, still on those soft tyres. So Brucey up into 4th, then can he catch Midnight? Let's see David 11 just getting lapped, unfortunately for him. It's been a shocker. Martino now in 5th still, but he's got Fubuki behind him in 6th as those soft tyres dwindle. Fubuki will catch him up. Donkey in 7th. Bit of a mixed race for him. He's got the speed, he's got the talent, but can he keep that Corvette pointing the right way? P. Gibb comes out the pits in 8th, just in front of Toby and Jace. Through the first turn, there you go. You got this little battle between these two guys. So you see Toby in 9th, just leading this gap in front of Jace, then in 10th. Trying to salvage what they can from this race. Jace on fresher softs, surely he's going to catch him. Back up to the front then, we got Judge and Doc Clark going side by side now. Who's going to be the victor of these two? Judge holding firm in it from Doc Clark, defending that 1st position. Doc Clark going a little bit wide there, gets on a little bit of wet stuff on the inside. Great move from these two. But Judge holds firm onto 1st position then. Continues to defend. Now as we head down to the hairpin and the last sector of the lap. Just past the hour mark. Less than half an hour to go now. The final battle commences. So, Judges on racing mediums. There's half an hour to go. Dark Clock is on the softs. There's surely going to be at least one more pit stop in this race. Judge just needs to hold on to this position, trying to get Dark Clock to wear down his tyres. Can he do it? This is for the win for the as it currently stands. And when the race finishes, I will run you guys down through the points as they currently are. As Dark Clock gets that position then. So Dark Clock up into first, gets released from Judge in second. Midnight just behind these guys in third position. Are we going to see any more battles between these two? Or is that battle over for the minute? I do believe it is. Judge is just going to concede for second for the minute then. And back down the field then in fourth is Brucey on those soft tyres. I'd say he's going to be able to last a few more laps before he has to pit. Martino in fifth. Soft tyres dwindling. Fuel is going away. He's going to have to come in probably at the end of this lap. So that's going to release Fuji in sixth, who's still looking pretty. You can see Dave there just in front in 11th position. P. Gibb in 7th, fresh mediums, nearly a full tank. Followed by Jason 8th. Then we got Toby in 9th. And these guys are going to come under fire from lapping soon though. Donkey in 10th on those fresh softs now, a full tank of fuel. Dave, fresh mediums, almost a couple of laps on those lap tyres now. But back up to the front then. The leading two Ferraris, Dark Clock and Judge first and second. Then we got the other Ferrari of Midnight in third. So at the minute it's an all Ferrari podium. And then we got the Jag in fourth, holding strong as his competitors at the minute, as we got Martino into the pit stand from fifth position. That's going to release Fuji up into fifth. As this race is now coming towards the last stint. Number 32 of Fuji, thundering through the first turn. Lovely gap to Bruce in front. About a 10-second gap between these two. Bruce just trundling away on these tyres. As we've got Dark Clock now coming through the last couple of corners. Not much happening on the track at the minute, I'm afraid. As these cars just trundle around, counting the laps down. So, a bit of a changeable condition race then, for the first time for these guys this season. Did have the rain threaten Autopolis, but it didn't really amount to much. And I must say thank you to Graham and say thank you for letting me cover League One comms this week. Obviously away this week. Couldn't really share the replay, so they got me to cover the comms. And I must say, enjoying doing League One. So cheers for that, Graham. Back to normal running next week. As we've got a double header from Dragon Trail next week, which is actually today. And it should be a fun evening of racing for you guys. So Midnight then still plugging away in third, Judge in second, following Dark Clark, who's leading the way in first as we head towards the end of lap 38. 1 hour 6 minutes on the clock, soon to be 7. Looking like Dark Clark is now heading into the pits. No, just trying to bring that tour from Judge. So tactical even in these latter stages of the race. Maybe try and dupe him to pit. It's not going to work this time. Midnight in third still. For Brucey in fourth. The soft tyres coming to an end. Is he going to pit this lap? I think he might be, yeah. So, no, he's not. He just decided to go on the right side of the track. Okay. Maybe a little bit more tacticals going on. Not sure on the thinking of that one. Maybe he thought about pitting but decided to go another lap. So, Fubuki in fifth. Jace now in sixth position with P. Gibb right behind him. Soft and mediums for these guys. Martin Orr down to 8th place after pitting onto the medium tyres. Donkey Chong down in 9th. Toby in 10th. And Dave in 11th. Back up to the front. We've got Judge Doc Clark in first. And just see where Toby is in relation to these guys. So Toby has been lapped by these boys then. Breeze just pitted for the racing mediums. As the Thunder now down the straight. Dark Clark. A little bit of a gap to second place for him, but he's going to have to pit soon. Soft tyres starting to dwindle in the where not much traction as they would have when they're fresh, but still manageable. Just going to manage those soft tyres to make sure you wear them gradually and not overcook them. He's doing a great job in that Ferrari. Very nice livery from these guys as well in League One. As Brucey pits then from fourth onto from the soft tyres. I'm going to say he's probably going to go for another set of softs as we've got some rain on the track as well. Is this going to spell disaster? So we'll keep on board with Brucey. Obviously you can see the rain radar. Is it going to be another set of slicks or is it going to be wet tyres as he puts the fuel in? How much fuel is he putting in? That is the question. As Jason in 6th position comes down the grid. We've got Fubuki now up into 4th. So Brucey comes out the pits. And it's a fresh set of soft tyres then for him. A little bit of moisture in the air and on the track, but not by much. So Jace in 6th, just behind Brucey. Gonna come round through the first turn. That gap should open up between Brucey and Jace as he's on the fresh softs. P. Gibb behind in 7th. Then we got Martin in 8th, followed by Donkey in 9th. Then Toby in 10th. And Pickles in 11th. But in the lead into the first turn, Dark Clark still leading the way from second. Really shows the story of this race. There's a tough little first stint for Dark Clark, but he held strong. Didn't get into much fights with anybody else on those hard tyres. Just shows the pace that he has. Judge though in second, doing a great job as well. Very fast. Had a couple of good scraps with people on many occasions. As Judge, same with Midnight as well. Great driver. Then we got Fuji in 4th. Brilliant drive from him so far. A little bit of a good scrap with Brucey as well, and a couple other people. They're just holding firm in 4th on those medium tyres, but he's going to have to pit soon. Fuel is starting to become low. And Brucey on those fresh softs, then he should be good towards the end of the race, as we've only got less than 20 minutes to go. Jace in the 6th, he's going to have to come in this lap. That should have released P. Gibb into 6th position. We've got Martin behind in 8th position now. And Donkey in 9th. These guys should be alright to the end of the race. Toby in 10th. And David 11th. A little bit of a bad race for these two guys at the back end of the field, but they're still plugging away, putting the laps in. Now, first position, Dark Clock. Soft tyres should be coming to the end of the stint now. Those soft tyres will be suffering around right hand corners. Obviously all the load and weight is going on the left side, so the traction will not be as much as on the right side. Just come back off Dark Clock for a little bit now. Just dropped off a little bit. The dirty air causing havoc. Maybe just dropped off his cooling tyres as we got Jace into the pits then, as I said he would. Let's just see what Dark Clock does as he comes through the final turn. Does he pick this lap, or he goes for another one? He's going for another one. He's extending the stint. The judge follows him through. Midnight then. Midnight's going to extend as well. Fuji. Extension not possible for Fuji. He's going to have to come in at the end of this lap. As it comes round through the last couple of corners, then that's going to release Brucey up into 4th, who's currently in 5th now, doing consistent lap times. Oh, a little bit of an oversteer there. Rocking the sleep token livery. Very nicely livery there. P. Gibb in 6th position, coming through in the Renault. Not a bad showing from him. Could have been better, but he decided to go too long on those intermediate tyres, unfortunately for him. As he got Fuji then pitting. Martin right behind the P. Gibb, all over his rear bumper. Donkey Chong in 8th position, followed by Jace in 9th, pitted for fresh softs now. And you got Toby in 10th, sorry, just coming through towards the hairpin. And Fat Pickles in 11th. So back up to the front then. Let's see if Dark Clock decides to pit this time. Those soft tyres aren't looking pretty. No, he's going to go for another lap. Risky business now. Can he hold on? Midnight is buckling. He's going to pit this lap. Fuel is almost gone. Dives into the pits. Oh, Brucey being released up into 4th. Got a little bit of a gap to 5th place. Martin, followed by Gibb in 6th position. Then we got Donkey in 7th, followed by Fuji in 8th on those fresh set of softs. Let's see where he can get up to in this last 15 minutes, or 14 minutes now, sorry. To see Midnight just refueling. We're going to go back up to the front. So Dark Clock now becoming low on the fuel. As Midnight has stopped refueling, and there's the rain. We've got more rain on the track. And does this spell disaster for these guys that's already pitted? Is this going to be enough rain to warrant the intermediate tyres once again? Interesting in the last stage of the race. So what does Dark Cloak do here? He's definitely got to pit either this lap or one more. The soft tyres are virtually dead. But let's see what he decides to do. He's going. So he's going for another lap. Interesting strategy from Clarkey. This lap is going to be careful because Judge is catching him. The soft tyres aren't holding up, so interesting bit of strategy here for him today. Potentially seeing if the rain is going to be impactful. But Judge is going for an overtake here. He's on the inside. Doesn't quite get him into Casio. Can he get him through the outside? He's going to try to cut back and get the line. He's got a position. Judge up into first then. Great overtake from him. Goes through the corner. So the tyre wear going too long on the tyres cost Dark Cloak a position. We have a new leader once again. Let's go through the hairpin. Sounds like the rain is falling again, but it's not too much. So both of these guys are going to have to pit this lap, but Judge has the better tyres. It's going to give him a bit of gap as we come through the final couple of corners here. And Donkey Chong is in the pits also. Just see where Toby is come in relation to these guys. He's not really there yet. So Judge and Clarkey into the pits then. In goes Judge, in goes Clark. Midnight just coming from the last sector now. Not sure he's close enough to make an impact on the top two, but he's definitely going to be closer when they come out. Bruce in fourth. Pretty much in no man's land now, just on his own. Making lap times. Martin Orr just in front of P. Gibbs still. We got Fubuki in seventh. Donkey in eighth. Jace in ninth. Toby coming down the straight now. As the top two are still in the pits. Just comes out. Fresh set of softs. 52 litres of fuel. 62 for Dark Cloak. And there's Midnight just coming to shot now into the first turn. So definitely made time on these two. Battle for first position is upon us now. Can Midnight catch these two up? But Judge got a very big lead over Dark Cloak now. So there's fresher mediums than the worn softs, and Dark Cloak definitely helped him. As we enter the last 10 minutes of this race. You see the windscreen wiper going for Judge again. There must be rain somewhere in the vicinity. It's not very heavy, it's just a light mist. Not enough to make the track wet. So Dark Cloak in second, then from Midnight in third. Has got a half second penalty, unfortunate for him. Bruce in fourth. Then Martin Orr in fifth, followed by P. Gibb in sixth. Then we've got Fubuki in seventh, right behind these guys. Then Donkey Chong in eighth, followed by Jace in ninth. Toby is in 10th. He's got the leader right behind him. 11th, Dave still plugging the laps away. The Judge there as the rain falls again. Is this going to be the rain that we need? Is this going to throw another spanner in the works? Nope, it's just a light drizzle. It's already stopped before it began. But we've got another little shower coming through. And it's gone again. Just scattered showers now then. Not much to write home about. As Judge comes through the long right-hander. And now into the left turn. We've got some little bit of track on action of P. Gibb and Fuji. Oh, it's Dave just behind for P. Gibb, so no position for Fuji there in the background, trying to catch up to P. Gibb. I thought Fuji had finally caught up him, but he hasn't, as P. Gibb gets a little bit wrong there off the curb, unsettles the car. So not much happening then. We'll go back up to the front. A Judge still leading the way. Let's see who he's got in front of him. He's got Toby just in front of him down the main straight. So that's the only car he's got to worry about. Dark Clock in second. As we've got another bout of rain coming this time, it's a little bit heavier. Could be the rain that we need. There's a new fastest lap from Dark Clock, a 1:39.1. A lot faster this time in the last stint. Low fuel, fresh tyres. So 1 hour 23 on the clock, coming towards the last end of the race. And he goes purple through the first sector. Judge still holding firm, making good lap time. As we've got even more rain following now. Right, it's getting just over the line now, so this will be into territory if it carries on. Interesting set of circumstances for the last few minutes of the race as P. Gibb goes into pits. Is he pitting for inters? Is the only one to pit so far. This could be interesting in the latter stages. Midnight in third, coming through the hairpin now, followed by Brucey now. Long gap to Brucey in fourth, followed by Martin in fifth. Then we got Fuji now up into sixth after P. Gibb pitted. Donkey's in seventh, just come out ahead of P. Gibb. P. Gibb onto the intermediates then, so he thinks that the rain is going to cause an issue. Jace in ninth, so that's a big gamble for P. Gibb then. Toby in 10th, just ahead of the leaders behind him. 11th, Dave. So we're going to stay on board with the leader for a little bit. You see that gap starting to come down for Dark Clock just behind him. Yeah, a little bit of an issue on that last lap, 42.5. We're in making the track slippy. So Judge leading the way still. I'll quickly through the positions. Dark Clock in second. There's an hour, 1 hour 25, and Midnight in third still. Brucey in fourth. That waterline is still on the interline as Martin gets a little bit sideways out the first turn. Fuji coming through. First turn from him as well, it's catching him. Donkey in seventh, just ahead of P. Gibb in eighth on those intermediates. It's not looking like it's worked. Jace in ninth. Then we got Toby in 10th, just ahead of the two leaders now. 11th, Dave. So we're going to follow the leaders now. Not many gap positions going on, or battles. So Judge then leading the way still. You see Toby just in the distance. Yes, you've probably noticed I am nursing a cold at the minute. So if my voice does sound a bit croaky, that's why. I do apologise. It's a fast sector for one for Judge. What about Dark Clock? Dark Clock is making good lap times behind Judge. So you can see the lap car getting ever and ever closer. He's going to get a little bit of tow from Toby, who's going to help him pull out a gap. We're going to go on board with Toby, in fact, and we'll go see out the rear view. He's getting the blue flags. He's on no medium tyres. You see Judge getting ever and ever closer. Now through the final turn. So, on board again then with Judge. Dark Clark within a second of him, I would say. It's very close between these two now. Look at the tow Judge is getting from Toby. It's going to help him pull out a gap to Dark Clark in a second. The final turn as we head towards the last couple of minutes of this race now. 2 minutes to go. This battle is coming towards the head now then. Dark Clark still behind. We don't have a position change anywhere on the track at the minute. This is the closest battle at the minute. There are some cars closer though. Let's have a look. So Brucey in fourth, just leading the way from Fubuki. There's the lap car of Dave again. Donkey in seventh. P. Gibb in eighth. Jason ninth. Then we got Toby in 10th. Now getting blue flags even more. So let's see how this lap car is going to affect the front running battle as the rain hits the track again. Last lap is going to be interesting as we get to the last minute. So Judge right behind Toby now is going to get the slipstream down the straight. Go on board with him as we go down the straight. 140.0 as we're on lap 52. Tips it down the inside. Doesn't get there. Blocks the lap car, blocking him a little bit there. Now you can see Dark Clark approaching the lap car as well. So a bit of blocking from Toby there on the first turn. We'll slow the front running car up a little bit. Just going to give Judge a little bit of help there as we've got finishes. So Brucey comes across the line to finish in fourth. But we're going to keep our eye on this. Martin Hart finishes in fifth, followed by Fubuki in sixth. You can see Dark Clark getting blocked a lot of the room for him. I'll just rewind it. You see this here. Toby moves out of the way finally for Dark Clark to come through. That's opened up a gap to first position. Could it be too late for Dark Clark? Has Judge clinched the win? The final couple of corners to go. So Fubuki finishes in sixth. It's seventh for Donkey Chong. We'll run you through the grid as these guys finish. So Judge then, great race from him. Brilliant result. Looks like he was going to get a second or third, but Midnight lost it. It's going to be a first position for Judge as he comes across the line. Dark Clock second. Midnight's going to come across the line to finish in third. The last car to finish. Well done from him. We're going to pause it here. So fourth position goes to Brucey. Fifth, Martin Hart. Fubuki comes home in 6th position, followed by Donkey in 7th. Then we got P. Gibb in 8th place, followed by Jason 9th. Then we have Toby in 10th, and Fat Pickles going to finish in 11th. So we'll quickly run you through the points after that race. Let me just get the points leaderboard up. So after 5 rounds of a 10-round series, it's Dart Clark in first, leading on 204 points. Then we've got Aaron in second in 152 points, followed by Jordan. Mr. Judge in third, 148. Then we have Mark Bramford Hirakam, who's missing that round. He's now on 127, got some catching up to do. Followed by Scott on 113. Then we have Martin Hart with 109, followed by Toby in 7th with 102. 10 points behind is Brucey on 92. Then we have 9th place Dave on 75. Then on the best number ever, Phil in 10th place, 69 points. 1 point behind him is Donkey Chong in 11th on 68. Then we have Graham Brown, Gordon Brownie in 12th place on 55 points. Following him is 13th of Jason, he has 36. Then we have James missing a few rounds, he's on 34 points. 1 point behind him is Leeds, 33. And then we've got Don, who's been missing since the first round. The first 2 rounds, sorry. He has 20 points. So that's going to be it for today. I've been a Crazy Brit. Hope you've enjoyed. Please like. Until next time, goodbye.